Welcome to Inside Erie. Today, we'll delve into the town of Erie's efforts to address affordable housing. And joining me now to chat all about this is Affordable Housing Manager, MJ Adams. MJ, thanks for joining me today.
Glad to be here.
So to start, can you tell me about affordable housing in Erie? What are some of the challenges and what are some of the town's biggest goals?
Well, affordable housing in Erie is a real challenge. We know that Erie is a very desirable community. It's a strong community, a very desirable community in a strong market region. You know, Boulder County, north of Denver, is just growing leaps and bounds, and is a very desirable place to live. Erie has great schools, wonderful open space, recreational opportunities. You know, that's small town, and it's a place that it really attracts people who want to set down roots, make an investment, and become part of the community. Increasingly, though, we've seen that that's harder and harder for young families and starter households to be able to do. You know, Erie has built a lot of single-family homes over the last 20 years, haven't built that much rental housing, haven't built that much multifamily housing. So in order to get into housing in Erie, number one, if you're not looking to buy a single family home, and the ones we have are sort of at the upper end of the income range, or at the price range, you know, it's difficult to get your foot in here. You know, the rule of thumb is you shouldn't be spending more than 30% of your income towards housing. And we know right now in Erie that an estimated 1 in 4 households spends more than 30% of their income towards housing. So we know that those families who are spending more than they probably should on housing are going to be stressed in terms of meeting their other needs, their food, health care, education, child care, transportation costs, and having a little money to do some fun things every so often, which everybody needs. So I think the town leadership saw several years ago that the affordable housing piece was really critical to Erie's future, and stepped up as part of a regional effort to say, hey, we want to set a goal for ourselves. By 2035, 12% of our housing stock is affordable.
And today we are out at the Cheesman Affordable Housing site. So can you tell me about this site and what the plans are for it?
Sure. At the same time the town was starting to work on its housing needs assessment, I think it became abundantly clear that there was a clear and compelling need for that first-time home buyer opportunity that just wasn't available in Erie. So the town had resources from its American Rescue Act program funds, and it dedicated those to support affordable housing efforts here in town. And the first thing they did was buy a 2-acre parcel on the corner of Cheesman and County Line Road with the intention of entering into a public-private partnership with a developer to do something for affordable home ownership for the town of Erie. So they will be building a total of 35 affordable home ownership homes, 20 townhomes, 15 single-family detached, and we're really excited that those homes will be affordable to families. A family of 4 earning less than $146,000 should be able to afford one of these homes. So we're pretty excited that we'll be able to serve a part of the community and the population that otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to step into home ownership here in Erie but for this. If folks are not sure whether or not they're eligible, or they see the numbers, ask. Please don't be shy. We'd rather have more people step in and ask to see whether or not they're eligible, or what are the requirements. It will be limited to households that are earning a certain income level, and that changes based on your household size. But we do want to talk with anyone who might be interested and to help prepare them so that when the time comes for application, people feel ready, know what they're stepping into, and have prepared themselves both in terms of being able to get a mortgage and understanding the process, so that they feel like they've got all the information they need to move forward if this is the right fit for them.
Great. Well, I'm excited to see it come to fruition.
Yeah.
And is there anything else you'd like the community to know about affordable housing in Erie, or any other upcoming projects you'd like us to know about?
Last fall, the Housing Division, Affordable Housing Division, and Parks and Rec worked together to purchase a 46-acre parcel called the Page property, which is over by Coal Creek Park. And the site had been previously used for some warehousing and some industrial uses. And we're evaluating the site, and we're looking to create some affordable housing on the site, but also a hefty part of the site will be used for open space and recreation. And it connects to the Coal Creek Trail right there next to the Coal Creek Park, close to Old Town. So it's a great location. We think it'll serve the town well in terms of what our next public-private partnership will look like. The other things that we're looking at is the town in 2022 adopted a policy to approve metro districts, and said as part of that the developer needed to do something around affordable housing. So we're starting to negotiate the details of what that means for the developments that are subject to that requirement. We are also working with Habitat for Humanity because they work with a very number one, the Habitat is just marvelous. They provide home ownership opportunities to families who, but for Habitat, would never have the opportunity to step into home ownership. They have a very different model than your traditional, the other home ownership programs, but a very important one. We are also working with them to do critical home repair for folks who own homes but might struggle to keep them up. So we're looking to work with Habitat volunteers and the organization to be able to step in and to work with some of the families who are struggling to do some of that maintenance and repair work that's critical so that they can stay living comfortably and safely in their home. You asked me about anything else I want people to know about affordable housing in Erie. Mm-hmm. You know, when people talk about affordable housing in Erie, sometimes it gets a little emotional. And I always ask, and I stop and I ask people, I ask, if you didn't already own a home in Erie now, could you afford to step in and purchase it? And in those type of conversations, it's sort of, the light bulb goes on. People go, well, no, not unless I brought a big chunk of change or big, equity from selling someplace else. So the challenge is that many of the people who are living here in Erie couldn't afford to buy in Erie if they were stepping into the market now. And think about your lifetime as you've been here in Erie, living in your home, raising your family, engaging and being part of the community. And that opportunity is being cut in the bud for young families, young households that want to come and get their foot in the door and grow and thrive and be part of Erie's future. So I ask people to think about that.
Yeah, those are all great points. Thank you. Thank you for all the great information you shared with us today. We appreciate that.
Glad to do it.
And thank you for watching Inside Erie. We'll see you next time.